The twin sons of Jericho 9 cast a golden glow over the rusty domes and scrap-strewn yard of Rust Bucket Haven, one of the last independent ship repair stations in the Outer Rim. Among the jagged hulks of old freighters and gutted shuttles, a tall, bearded man in grease-stained overalls welded a plasma intake pipe onto the side of a half-dead courier vessel. Commander Eli Morgan, once a war hero, was now just Dad, and that's exactly how he liked it. From behind the stacked engine coils, a voice chirped up, melodic and curious. "Father, may I weld too?" Eli paused. He lowered his mask and turned, standing there clutching a worn fusion torch that was twice the size of his three-fingered hands. Was Kale, his adopted son and alien of the Alari species. Slender, with semi-translucent skin and large, iridescent eyes, Kale was barely 4 Earth years old. But by Alari standards, he was on the cusp of adolescence, curious, emotional, and full of questions. Eli grinned, wiping his forehead. "Welding's hot work, kiddo." "Not sure you're ready for that yet." Kale tilted his head. "But I have studied your manuals. I calculated thermal thresholds. And ... I want to be like you." That stopped Eli cold. He had adopted Kale after the Battle of Sindar Vault, where an Alari science colony was caught in the crossfire between human fleets and the Zarn. Kale had been found hidden inside a broken lab pod, shivering and alone. Eli never planned on being a father. But from the moment the boy clung to his shirt and called him safe, something in his war-torn heart had changed. "You want to be a mechanic?" Eli asked softly. Kale nodded. "You fix things. You make broken ships fly again. You bring life back to machines. That is what heroes do." Eli laughed, short and honest. "Heroes? I'm just trying to keep this place running without blowing it up." Kale stepped forward, holding the torch closer. "Then teach me. I learn fast, faster than average human offspring." "That's definitely true," Eli muttered. "All right then, apprentice. Let's start with something simple." 3 weeks later, Kale had his own mini workbench. The little Alari was a sponge. He absorbed every lesson from fusing nanofiber cables to balancing grav thruster ratios. His hands were precise, his logic circuits flawless. But what amazed Eli the most was Kale's intuition, that uncanny ability to feel what a machine needed. One day, while Eli was deep in repairs on a stranded mining hauler, Kale wandered over to an old derelict escape pod. It was shattered from an orbital collision and hadn't worked in years. But something in Kale's alien senses stirred. He touched the broken drive core and blinked. "This is not dead. This is sleeping," he whispered. He spent days on it, alone, quiet, focused. And then, one morning, the yard shook with a low hum. Eli ran out, tools clattering, only to see the ancient pod hovering, engine cores glowing. "Kale!" "What in the void?" "I fixed it, Father," Kale beamed. "I thought it wanted to fly again." "So I asked it." Eli blinked. "You asked it?" Kale nodded. "In my mind, in ... Ilari way." The pod hissed gently, stabilizers holding perfect balance. Eli scratched his head. "Kid, remind me never to argue with your gut." Word spread fast. N. Ilari child repairing old Terran tech. A hybrid human-alien mechanic pair reviving ships from the grave. Soon, captains and traders from 5 systems lined up outside Rust Bucket Haven. They didn't just want repairs. They wanted Kale. Eli watched as Kale walked through hangars with confidence, whispering to engines, diagnosing problems before computers could. But even as Kale grew in fame, he never dropped the torch or forgot who taught him. One evening, under the twin suns, Kale sat beside Eli, watching stars rise. "Father," Kale said, "do you think humans and Alari can build ships together?" "Like us?" Eli looked up. "I think they can build anything if they learn to listen like you do." Kale's eyes sparkled. "Then one day I will build a ship and take you to stars you've never seen." Eli ruffled the boy's head. You better put my name on the hull. You'll be the captain, Kale said proudly. Years later, legends told of the ship Unity Spark, the first Terran Ilari hybrid vessel, engineered by a human war veteran and his alien son. It could travel faster, farther, and smoother than any craft before it. It didn't run on standard fuel. It ran on understanding, on the fusion of two species that had once feared each other, but learned to build instead of destroy. And at the center of it all, still in overalls, still with grease on his hands, stood Eli Morgan watching his son lead a new age of creation. Because one day, long ago, a child had simply said, I want to be a mechanic too. And humanity answered, then let's build the future together.